Hi guys! Good evening! Anong ginagawa nyo ngayong naka-quarantine? So, maganda yung topic natin ngayon. Day 2 na tayo ng ginawa ni Mami FK, no, na tulong, learning amidst quarantine. So, ang ganda ng mga topic natin ngayon. By the way, ako pala si Tata, isa akong HR consultant. So, bigyan ko kayo ng update. Ngayon ako yung nasa Montalban. We're total lockdown kasi may nag-positive medyo malapit sa amin. So, yun lang. So, good thing na merong ganitong klaseng live. So, natututo pa din ako and matututo pa din tayo. So, thank you so much, Mami MK, for doing this. So, for our first speaker, today, ang didiscuss niyang topic sa atin ay telecommuting tips for companies and SMEs. Sobrang ganda nitong topic, especially ako, gustong-gusto kong pakinggan to because bilang isang HR consultant na sanay sa corporate world and nasa loob, physical ng office, paano ba kapag ngayong ganitong may crisis, paano na, no, kapag ka nasa bahay na yung mga employees. So, magdadiscuss sa atin ay isang Filipina, now based in Australia, and was also once an online freelancer. Rica continues to empower Filipinos by giving them a better option in terms of work and more convenient way of receiving what they earn from all their hard work. So guys, let's all welcome Rica Jankulovski. Hi Rica.
Hi everyone. Good evening, Philippines.
Hear you well now.
Good evening sa grupo ni MK Fhmoms. Thank you for having me tonight. I look a little bit sleepy dahil midnight na dito, 12 o'clock. So, pinipigil ako matulog all day. Gusto ko magkape, but it's not a good idea considering I have to sleep after this event or webinar. Okay, so very quick intro. I have 30 minutes. So I'm gonna go through this quickly. Quick intro. So I'm Rica. I am a Filipina, and I have been working and managing Filipino teams since 2007. The biggest team I have managed remotely are around 70 staff, in-house staff, trying to support around 350 something home-based contractors. So that business was founded in 2007 and it's still up. It's now 2020. So good, all good and running, yeah. And then I also built another business that has gone up to 45 remote Filipino staff. We've serviced over 7,000 to 10,000 customers per month. I started with that intro because I just want to let you know na building a business with a completely remote team 100% is very, very sustainable. Hindi ito pang short time or hindi ito like, pang samantalang setup. It's really something that you could do for good or for the long term. It is not a question of whether it will work or not. It is a question of how and who can make it work. You, how, the team, yeah. So let's get that very, very clear para tuloy-tuloy tayo dun sa our topics today, because I was asked to talk about telecommuting tips for companies and SMEs. There's a lot to cover. Very, very big topic. It's not something that we could cover even if I have a whole day here sitting down. So I'm just gonna, maybe in 30 minutes time, I'm just gonna focus on several of the things that I think are rarely discussed when it comes to managing a remote team, managing or leading remote teams, particularly Filipino teams. I practically haven't managed any other people or aside from the Filipinos. I actually haven't managed anyone office space. It's always been remote. And well, I did for 1 year office space, but it's very different. Right, okay, so what I'm going to be talking about is not only relevant for companies, SMEs, solo entrepreneurs. It's also very relevant to people who are managers or leaders, team leads, na ngayon ay na-displace and are needing to do home-based setup, considering the current environment we're in right now, which is the coronavirus environment. So working from home, telecommuting, virtual work, lots of terms, remote work. If you Google telecommuting, you'll easily see a definition that says someone who works online, someone who works from home, practically someone who does not need to go to a specific place of work to work. Simple, very easy to understand. I'm sure all of us here would know what telecommuting is, or remote work is. Now, next thing we have to clarify is who can telecommute, who can work from home, how and why. Who can work from home? Very quickly, I'm going to discuss who can work from home. People who can work from home are knowledge worker. What are knowledge workers? The knowledge workers are people, and this is very important because of some points that I'm going to be talking about later. Knowledge workers are workers or staff or professionals whose raw material is thinking, and whose byproduct or whose output is communication, information, and decisions, communication, information, and decision making. Raw material thinking, byproduct is communication, information, and complex decision making. These are people who could work from home. Practically anyone who works in an office. So I would say that's over 50% of the workforce. How does it work? The how is, if the raw material is thinking and the byproduct is communication, information, and decision making, the how is the way to have this out there or delivered, and that, my dear friends, is technology. So technology advancement is making this happen, making this possible. Our parents are not able to do this. Our lolo and lola are not able to do this. We live in an amazing time where we have this option and choice. Yeah, we're very lucky. So the main tool of our staff that could work remotely are their brains. Their byproduct of that or the service is communication, information, and decisions delivered via tools and technology. That's your what, and that's your how. Now we talk about why. Why do we work from home? Coronavirus. No, we work from home because I'm just looking at the comment. It says, "Di nila ako narinig." Can you guys hear me? Can you confirm you're hearing me? Because I just realized na I might be talking tapos wala palang nakikinig sa akin. Anyone can hear me? Anyone confirm I'm okay? Okay, perfect. Okay. So now, why do we telecommute? Why do we telecommute? Number one, we are all in lockdown. I know Metro Manila and most of the Philippines are currently in strict quarantine. Sydney is not. I think it's level 1, so restaurants are closed, social distancing. Pero hindi pa kami totally lockdown. But I haven't left the house for 2 days. It doesn't affect me that much, but still. Okay, so that's one reason. One reason is this current environment we're currently in, virus. We don't want to die. We don't want to infect other people, so we work from home. Pero the pre-coronavirus era, parang feeling ko matagal na ba, that's just 2 months ago, is that we want to work from home because we want to take care of kids, lifestyle, further study, needing more time, etc. Lots of reasons. We don't need to discuss those. Those are very easy to answer. So we have the what, we have the how, we have the why. Let's talk about the quick tips that I have, the things that work for me and my team. So I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm just gonna say what worked for us, and it's still working, and I think it will work for most people as well. So traditional working relationship and management style will change when you shift from office base to home base. Why? Because, for hundreds, maybe thousands of years, we have worked and collaborated with people while being co-located. We're in the same space. We work with someone while we're together. We love someone while we're together. We play with someone while we're together. Ito lang recent era where we have the capacity to work and be with other people remotely. So Managing a team from afar is a skill that needs to be learned. It's not something that comes naturally. Not yet, maybe someday will come naturally. The same way our kids now, is natural for them to just randomly pick up a tablet and know what to do. But right now, you have to consciously learn how to work remotely, how to manage remotely, and how to get a whole team looking into a specific goal and working towards a specific goal while they are distributed and not together. Okay. Now, leading a remote team is something that if you're new to this and you're shifting your team to home-based from office-based, then these are the things that we need to discuss. If you are doing something new, go to people who have done it before. There's a lot of amazing remote leaders here in the Philippines and in the group that I find. So listen to them, maybe ask questions, etc. But this is for me are things that come to mind when MK asked me to talk. So first thing you have to note is number one, accept the fact that managing remotely requires you to lead or manage differently, very, very differently than managing office-based staff. So put that in your head and then move on. Second is treat your staff as an asset, not a cost. So two pillars that you have to remember. You have to manage differently. You have to look at your staff, and you have to hire and treat your staff as an asset and not a cost. They are your team. They will enable you. They will get you to where you want to go with your business or whatever projects you're working on. Cool. Now, number three, you have to remember that your now home-based staff is not available 24/7. Just because they are working from home doesn't mean that you could call them anytime. You have to, very, very important, set working hours, and you have to stick to it. Having a very exhausted, overworked staff is not good for your business. It's not good for your team. You have to remember, knowledge-based worker, the raw material is thinking. The tool for thinking is the brain. It's physical. You need to take care of that. You have to take that into consideration. Okay. When you're too tired, you can't problem solve. There's a lot of things that you can't do. There's a lot of studies around the world that proves this. So you have to be mindful of this. It's very, very important to be conscious and intentional, because when the team works from home, the line between work and life gets very, very blurry. Your staff home is also your staff workspace. So it's very easy for them to go back to work all day. I'm guilty of this. At one point ng buhay ng isang home-based staff, this can happen. I set my alarm clock. I force myself to get out of the office because there's always something to do. You really can't stop it. And so it's very, very important as a leader and as a manager, it's part of your job to prevent this from happening. It's part of your job to ensure that your staff has got work-life balance, because if they don't, then it's not gonna be good for you. They won't be productive for you. If overtime is not necessary, do not ask your staff to do it. Oh, that's one thing that you have to remember. Okay, so number 4, working from home, very, very important for your staff and yourself, because you're going to be managing remotely, you're managing from home, to have distraction, to learn how to manage distraction and attention. I'm just looking at the time. Distraction and attention. Okay, so big topic. This is a very big topic. I can't hope to cover this, but there's a free Amazon ebook, and I think will be useful to those new managers, new limited managers who are managing from afar now or managing remotely. Go to a website called maurathomas.com, Thomas with an H, thomas.com/flow. She's got a book na free on Amazon that discusses on what do you call these tips, very specific actionable tips on how you manage distraction and how to manage your attention. So why is attention management necessary? When you're working remotely or you're managing remotely, there will be a lot of distractions. There will be TV, Facebook, Viber, dogs. Yung labahin, kailangan gawin. That's also a distraction. Children are distraction. Your staff and yourself will need to manage all this information, and you will need to know what to pay attention to. Let's go back again to the raw material. Thinking, raw material. Distracted people can't think properly. It's very easy for any knowledge workers, including the leaders, who makes the decisions, or the managers, to confuse being busy with being productive. Being busy is very different from being productive, something to note. One of the tips that I have here, a very quick tip to manage attention and distraction, is siguro, first thing is you have to build a training for your team, a home training or policy for your team that focuses on distraction and attention management. You have to set rules, you have to set tips, or what do you do when this happens, so you have to teach your team how to control distraction. Google attention management. There's a lots of people talking about this in this day and age. Attention management, distraction management. Okay. Another way to manage attention is to create a workflow management system for your team, and you document the business goals or your goals, and then you list your specific actions needed to attain that goal, along with the specific people who are accountable for that. When you're working from home, you have to over communicate and over document. You have to document everything, because out of sight, out of mind. When you're home based, you will be out of sight. Di kayo nakikita ng mga staff nyo. So you have to have some sort of a proxy, and that proxy are documents that you have in place for them to remember anong mga kailangan gawin, anong goal natin. We have to always, especially when it's a big team, you have to have one specific goal, and you have little goals under that specific goal that every individual will need to achieve or to work on, or every team will need to work on. Document it. You can't always be there, but your document will always be there, and you could always refer back to it. Yeah. Pag nawalan ka ng internet, at least they have reference to everything. So yung sinabi ko is workflow management system. I guess one thing there is you could use, one thing I would recommend is Jira. Jira is good. Check it out. Jira. I'm sure you've heard of it. Okay, so there's that. Number 5 is assess your tech tools, technology and tools. Your tools are extension of you. Your tools are extension of your team. Use technology as a tool, not a barrier. It's very, very easy for technology to be a barrier. Technology is like knife, you know. The knife you could help you or could hurt you. It depends on how you use it. You have to know how to use it properly. Be very, very mindful of your technology and use them wisely and, again, mindfully. I cannot stress how important this is. Check, very important. Is your business using tools that are supportive of telecommuting? What are things that are supportive, not supportive of telecommuting? Hindi ko alam, siguro printer. Siguro hindi nyo kailangan ng printer or landline phones. But yeah, so you have to look at the tools that are supportive of telecommuting, and you have to check and ensure that your team is using your tools properly. Again, there are ways to improperly use a tool, and there are ways to properly use a tool. So, which brings me to my third point. You have to make sure that your staff would spend an ample amount of time to learn the tools that you have in place. Technology is very, very, very important when you're working remotely, because that's the how of this remote setup. you can't deliver the byproduct of your knowledge worker if your technology is not working. Tech is important. There's a lot of resource out there on what tech to use, on which situation. The groups, Fhmoms groups, and all the other Facebook groups who are supporting the freelancer community has got plenty of tips on this. So just look for that, okay? Another thing that's my favorite that worked for me with my previous business is over communicate and do daily 15 minutes meeting per team. Size of a team should probably around 10 per one head is the ideal. So these meetings needs to happen to ensure that each team members are in sync and able to do their job properly. So proper execution, ensuring that the right people are doing the right thing is very, very important. The right people are doing the right thing. Sometimes this gets lost when you work remotely because ginagawa ni A yung ganito, ginagawa ni B ganyan. So daily meeting is important. 15 minutes, cap it to 15 minutes. You have to time it. You cannot go over it, okay? It needs to happen on one specific time of the day, and it needs to be led by someone who is structured and disciplined, not necessarily the manager. There might be a team member there who's good at facilitating meetings. So it needs to be mandatory. Hindi to optional. You have to tell your team, this 15 minutes meeting happen every 3 o'clock every day, mandatory, hindi to optional. You have to come. Unless you're on a planned leave or you're sick, ganyan, you have to come, okay? Meeting agenda, what do you need to talk about? Oh my God, my time is almost up. Okay, meeting agenda, you have to ask your staff, what's up? Nangyari, hello. Tapos, daily measures, quickly ask, sabihin mo anong ginawa mo today. Very quickly, may nakausap akong 3 customer, Tapos yung mga blocker, what's up? Daily measure, blocker, what's stuck? Ano yung nagbablock sa'yo from doing what you need to do? Again, this is only 15 minutes. You're not there to problem solve. You're just there to assess that everyone is doing what they need to be doing. Do not problem solve. If problems come up during this meeting, write it down, take it offline, and individually talk to the staff that you have. 15 minutes a day. Initially, magko-complain yung mga staff, but after a few days, they will like this. This is good. I've proven this really good. Okay, so that's number 6. Number 7, after a few weeks of working remotely with your staff, assess what's happening, connect with them, and ask how they're feeling, and then action. Tingnan mo if it's working or not. Normally, there will be issues like, I can't work kasi meron akong 2 years old and laging nakakabit sa akin yung 2 years old ko, etc. Which brings me to number 8. This will probably be very unpopular because I'm in a mom's group. I'm a mom myself. I have 2 boys. But I would say that if you have a staff who's a mother, maybe require them to have a carer or a yaya for their kids. If you can afford it, pay the yaya bill if you can. If you can afford it, because if the staff has got a kid who's around anyone younger than 5 years old who's at home with them, it's very, very tricky. Yeah. So may one thing in common. Madami in common actually ang work and children, but one thing in common that they have is very, very important is they both require attention. Work and children, they both require attention, a lot of attention and undivided attention. So work time should not compete with mommy time. We as employers and managers, we cannot compete with our staff children. It's not a good thing. Okay, number 10. I've got 5 minutes. Number 10. This you have to set goals, very, very specific goals remotely, and you have to document it. Again, over document things. People with goals achieve because they know what they're good doing. Someone said that, Earl Nightingale. I saw it before. I thought it's nice. So one tip: goals should be SMART, SMART, specific, measurable, actionable, realistic and time-driven. Specific, self-explanatory, measurable, self-explanatory. You have to have numbers and KPIs. Actionable, self-explanatory, realistic. How do you know whether it's realistic or not? You as a leader or a manager or the owner of a business will need to provide information, but you have to make it collaborative kung ano yung realistic. You have to ask for realistic goal from your team, from your staff, and you have to adjust your expectation. Sorry guys, your team needs to agree with what's realistic. You can't go, I want to earn $1 million next week. Obviously, who wouldn't? But you have to have the buy-in of your team. Time driven, you need to have right, timeline, deadline. You say what's the best case scenario, worst case scenario. So you have probably fall in between yung kung kailan nila ma-achieve. And then number 10, I think that's set goals remotely and document it. Along with setting goals, you have to also set the accountabilities ng specific goals or tasks that needs to be done. Again, document it. Out of sight, out of mind. You will be out of sight. So the documents is your proxy. You have to always remember that. I would recommend to have siguro a workplace app that you could use, like workplace by Facebook is really good. They have free version. Check that out. Workplace in Facebook, workplace.com. That's a good place to collaborate and to just hang virtually. That really helps because the isolation, as we could all feel now, is also a little bit of an issue when it comes to working remotely. Another thing is you maybe consider using a work monitoring tool. I'm not sure if work monitoring tools are tools that your staff will need to log into, like a time in and time out that monitors the activity of your staff during working hours, only during working hours. Again, that is something that your staff will need to agree on and will need to understand why it's necessary. So why is a monitoring tool necessary? I think because, again, as I said, working remotely or managing remotely from afar or working with someone remotely, it doesn't come naturally. It's something that you need to learn. It comes with it, siguro, the learning process of trusting someone you can't see is working what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, and in the beginning, that's a bit difficult. So it's not like you're spying on them. It's just that it's logging into a work monitoring tool will provide transparency that provides some sort of a groundwork for a trusting relationship. My whole team logs in to a work monitoring tool. The past 12 years, I could count it in my maybe two hands. Na I check it. I check the screenshots, etc. Only time an employer or a manager will check that is kung if your output is very, 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 very questionable. They won't sit down. You won't sit down and watch the monitoring report. So consider looking for a work monitoring tool. Consider discussing this with your staff if they would agree to be monitored remotely with these tools. Hub Staff is a work monitoring tool. Time Doctor is a work monitoring tool. Remote Staff has got their own in-house monitoring tool. Very soon, probably we're trying to build something we could offer to the displaced office workers sa Philippines. Probably will launch next week. Anyone who's interested, connect with me. We're offering it for free, just to help people ease transition from working remotely to working from home. Again, transparency is important. Promotes trust. Trust is important when you work remotely and you can't see people you work with. And then once it's stable, more or less not necessary. Okay, if you do all of those tips that I've mentioned, after you do all of that, leave your staff alone and leave them to do what they're hired to do. You hired them because you can't do what they could do. So leave them alone and then collaborate with them. Leave them alone, collaborate with them. And then that's it. 30 minutes! Yeah! I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
All right, I'm back. Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much, Rica. I know sobrang late na dyan. So let's have a Q&A na lang muna. Para, sorry. Let's have a Q&A na. So,
Tumatalon ako sa trampoline para hindi ako makatulog.
sige,
I have a trampoline in my office.
Okay. So, dami ng tips na nasabi. There's a question like from our audience, like from Grace. So, how did you rate individual performance per team?
Rating ng individual performance per team is dependent on what the team is doing. Okay, so probably for a recruitment team, there are specific KPIs that we have in place based on previous averages, outputs, and what the team can do. So this is not an easy question to answer because this is very dependent on what sort of team you're managing. Let me just think of ano yung madaling rate individual performance per team. So individual person or yung team performance?
Maybe individual performance. Siguro kung nasa isang team, no? Tapos kung mayroon kang 5 tao, so how do you rate them?
The same way you will rate someone who's working in an office. You look at their output. Guys, when you work remotely, nothing changes. You only change the location, yeah? So kung may KPI kayo, X number of output for the month, that doesn't change. That doesn't change. But rating a performance per team or per individual will not change if you move from the office to home.
All right. And I have personal question for you. Okay. So, sa aming mga like sanay, no? Sa mga kaibigan ko na sanay from the physical office and corporate world, and we know that marami talagang nagma-micromanage. So, anong tips ang pwedeng nating ibigay sa mga micromanagers ngayon na sanay na nagma-micromanage na remote na lahat ng employees nila? So, ano yung tips na pwedeng nating ibigay?
First, I will say na don't micromanage assuming you hired properly.
Yes. But
the assumption is the right people sorry?
Biglaan di ba yung transition to work from home, tas bilang isang manager siya, nasanay siyang nagma-micromanage. So, I mean, parang anong pwede nating sabihin sa kanya ngayon?
Are you saying na sanay siya na nagpa-micromanage ng task nila or sanay siya na nakikita niya yung stuff niya? Because that's two completely different things. You see, if you're working with knowledge-based workers or office workers, it's very difficult to measure the output ng mga knowledge-based workers, you know? So, yung ating measure ng whether nagtatrabaho sila or not is us seeing them. If you're watching them, it doesn't mean you're micromanaging them. You're just seeing them, they're physically there. So, do you mean na hindi siya sanay na hindi sila nakikita or hindi siya or iba naman kasi yung micromanaging na, oy, mali yan, or this is
exactly. No, yung pinapakaalaman niya lahat, yung gusto niya nakikita niya bawat galaw, every step of every progress.
Okay. If that's what he wants to do, the only way probably to resolve that as of the moment, there's two options. One is, again, he leaves them alone. Siguro kagatin na lang yung dila niya para hindi niya pakialaman yung mga staff. That's the one first comment that I could say. Or number two, you guys use a work monitoring system. The work monitoring system will show you everything your staff is doing. Kung nag-login sila sa Facebook ng 5 minutes, makikita nyo na nag-Facebook sila ng 5 minutes. Makikita mo screenshots, makikita mo their phone activities. You can even see their internet connection and all the other applications that they use. So that's not even called micromanaging. That's just a watching. Because you're just looking at what they're doing. Micromanaging is you always butting in, saying this is how you do it, or ako na nga, this is how you do it, or ako na nga, which is not a good way to manage a team, whether you're in an office or in a remote setup. Kasi why did you hire the person? Why did you hire the person if you're gonna try to do it yourself? Again, if you always need to do that, maybe you hired the wrong person, or maybe you're not the right person for that job. I don't know. Sorry. I'm just na-realize ko I'm talking to HR people. Sorry.
All right. Okay. So last question before we say our goodbye. So how do we ensure employee engagement doesn't drop?
Employee engagement doesn't drop. That's very, 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 very good question. So again, as I said, the 15 minutes daily meeting per team is good. And you will have to have, again, use of technology to be able to connect with people. Workplace, Facebook Workplace, meron silang, I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but meron silang free stuff. So it's like Facebook, but it's for businesses to for
Oh,
teams
okay.
to hang, so you could still like put videos there or photos, or you could like post stuff
Okay.
like kailangan ko ng kape or something. So there's that's like that's where you could do yung inyong asynchronous or synchronous communication can happen there. Skype is a good way to like touch base with people. Make sure na people, as a leader, it's very important for you to lead to lead them by doing it yourself. So
Mhm.
when you want to talk to someone, don't just stick with typing chat messaging, but like connect with them and have video call, because
Mhm.
video call will provide a lot of nonverbal cues na wala sa chatting. Madaming nag-aaway when you go
Yeah.
when you chat because it's very cold and impersonal, yeah. So like
Sure.
call them, and then just have fun. Sometimes magkwentuhan lang kayo when you could easily have some sort of like a Zoom
Mhm.
room na always open, na people could just go in and say hello, kumusta, and just random chats. Not if you talk to someone, hindi naman necessary na it's all about work. It could be something social, or it could be something magkwentuhan kayo what's happening with the Duerte or something like that. Allow that to happen, and as a leader, if you do that, they would do it as well. So that engagement could still happen remotely.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Noted.
Noted.
Thank you so
So
much,
much,
Rika.
you're
Thank you. See you
welcome.
next time. Ang dami kong natutunan. So,
Thank
let's keep in
you.
touch.
Thank you, guys. Good luck with the rest of the speakers
Yeah.
tonight. I'm gonna sleep
Have,
now. Good night.
have a good sleep. Have a good sleep.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. All right, that's it, guys. So, thank you so much, Rika. Sana marami tayong nakuwang tips kay Rika, no? At sana nakapagsulat tayo. Nalaman ko na maraming gustong pumasok, maraming gustong manood, pero sobrang sama lang talaga ng connection natin. Pare-pareho tayo. So, sana makasama lahat ng connection natin. Alright. So, ngayon, pagkatapos titingnan naman natin, pakikinggan naman natin yung ating pangalawang speaker. Ang i-discuss naman niya sa atin now is impacting the freelancing industry. Itong speaker na to, started freelancing online as a programmer in his college dorm room in 2011. He dropped out a year after and then joined the call center industry while still freelancing part-time after his shift. In 2016, he said goodbye to corporate slavery and turned his passion into his current full-time profession. As a Facebook marketing consultant, he helped business owners launch and improve their advertising campaigns and has worked with more than 200 clients and counting. So, let's all welcome LJ Rose. Hi, LJ. Good evening.
Hi, Tata. How are you? Good
Kamusta
evening.
ako quarantine? Ako tumataba na.
Ganun din. So hello everyone, the Filipina home-based moms community. Ako pala si LJ Jose and I'm in Davao City.
Wow.
Kagaya ng sabi ni Tata din, naka-lockdown din sila kasi may mga positive na rin sa amin. So
Mhm.
dito lang talaga muna tayo sa bahay para of course safe. And what better way
Yeah.
to interact sa community ninyo than to do this workshop. So thank you again, Mommy MK, for inviting me here. And thank you, Tata, for hosting us tonight.
Yay. All right. So the floor is yours now, LJ.
Ayan, so hey everyone, so I will be sharing lang a quick presentation na ginawa ko. So this presentation is about how COVID-19 is impacting the freelancing industry. So i-share ko na muna. Okay. Ayan. So, I think, Ayan, salamat Mami MK. So yan, so how COVID-19 is impacting the freelancing industry. So sa mga freelancers natin dito sa loob ng Filipina home-based moms, pa-comment naman dyan kung andyan ba kayo at kung saan kayo nanonood, kung saang city, kung saang barangay ba, or kung saang lalawigan, di ba? Para makita ko lang din dito kung meron pang mga nanonood. Kasi yun nga, yung internet connection is sobrang bad in some areas. Siguro of the volume of people. Actually, kasali din yan dito sa presentation ko. Pero yun, let me know lang kung naririnig nyo din ako ng okay at nakikita yung presentation. So nakikita ko naman din yung live feed naman natin na monitor ko rin. So yun. So, sino ba ang mga freelancers na dito sa audience natin? So just make sure na paki-comment lang para makita ko kayo. At nung una nyo bang narinig ang COVID-19, naisip nyo ba kung maapektuhan tayo o hindi? So sabihin nyo lang sa akin kung nung siguro mga around January or February nung narinig ninyo, sa tingin nyo ba makaka-apekto siya sa atin during that time or hindi? So let me know lang. Gusto ko lang malaman kung ano yung sabi nung kung ano yung sa tingin ng community dito. Ayan. And then so ito, sinulat ko rin to like a few days ago na freelancers are not risk-free anymore, 'di ba? So siguro yung iba sa inyo naisip na di tayo maapektuhan dahil work from home or nasa bahay na tayo. So kumbaga yung iba dito siguro sa community has been freelancing for how many years na? So ako, I've been freelancing since 2011 sa college dorm room ko pa. And then nag-full-time ako 3 years, almost 4 years ago pala. Nag-full-time ako, left my corporate job. So parang kasi feeling natin, nung hindi pa talaga siya mainstream or hindi pa talaga nakaka-affect. So parang feeling natin is stable and secured na tayo dahil hindi tayo gaya ng ibang mga Pinoy na na-lay off or nawala ng mga trabaho. So ito pinost ko din to before na Honda Cars Philippines, Wells Fargo Philippines, Nokia at Philippine Airlines, nag-lay off na sila ng mga tao nila dahil nga sa effect ng COVID-19, di ba? Pero nung nagsimula ng mag-panic and lockdown ang mga Western and First World countries, alam naman natin na doon mostly yung mga clients natin, yung mga businesses nila. So comment nyo rin below kung saan located yung mga clients at saka yung mga businesses nila para malaman ko lang din kung yung audience natin. Okay? Nagsimula na din ang domino effect sa atin. So of course, pag naapektuhan yung mga client, di ba? Naapektuhan yung outsourcing capability nila, naapektuhan yung business nila, whether it's local, traditional, or online, maapektuhan din talaga tayo kasi tayo yung either pinapasahan ng trabaho or ina-assign ng mga tasks. Okay? So, ito ay some lang sa mga nakuha ko ng reason and you can add yours din. You can add yours, especially yung mga personal nyo na mga experience na naapektuhan kayo or ano yung naging impact. Okay? So, a few are canceled contracts. So ito rin, nag-pause yung mga contract, na-reduce yung mga hours. So yung mga naka-hourly or naka-time tracking dyan, na-reduce yung mga hours. Na-reduce din yung mga pay, di ba? So yung sweldo. Meron din ako narinig na reduce by a specific percentage yung pay nila. And I'm not sure I can show you later or na-screenshot ko ba. And then yung iba, konti na lang ang tasks. So because of the influx din ng mga tao na nag-work from home kasi nga parang mandatory na or nagsha-shutdown yung area nila, yung city, yung location, nire-require na sila mag-work from home. Because of that, yung influx ng internet sa bahay, yung provider sa bahay is different from the ones na nasa offices. Usually, yung mga provider ng mga company sa offices, malaki yung internet plan, di ba? Malaki yung capability din, naka-corporate or enterprise plan sila. Pero dito sa bahay, naka-personal plans lang tayo. Swerte siguro yung mga may corporate or enterprise plans ng internet sa bahay nila at mabilis at malaki yung capability. Pero for the normal households, personal plans lang talaga for home use, right? So, dahil ang laki ng influx kaagad ng mga users online, especially for specific tools and then specific na mga websites din na ginagamit, so nagsuslow din yung internet, right? I asked a few people kung if they noticed a change ba. And yes, in some areas, nung hindi pa nag-lockdown, hindi pa nag-quarantine, hindi pa nag-require na mag-work from home yung ibang mga tao, okay pa yung internet nila. Pero ngayon, as in, sobrang affected na talaga. Thank God na hindi affected yung live stream natin ngayon. Okay naman yung internet namin sa mga host at saka sa mga presenters. So yun. And delayed payments din. So, a few days ago, nung nag-login ako sa Upwork, merong notice dun sa homepage na due to the stock exchange na nag-stop trading, na-delay na yung mga payments. So, hindi ako sure if it's because of the Philippine Stock Exchange na nag-stop or sa US kasi nag-stop din sila during that same day nung nakita ko yung notice. Let me know as well kung na-delay din yung payment for other providers. So we have other Philippine providers. Let me know lang kung na-delay yung inyo or delay yung payment directly from the client. Let's say sinabi ni client na hindi daw muna siya makakapagbayad this week. Let's say weekly kayo na payment. So hindi siya nakakabayad muna this week, maybe next week na, pero he or she will make up for the previous week na payment. So something like that. Okay, so yun lang yung most common na mga nakuha ko na reason sa mga impact ng COVID-19 sa freelancing. Now, may impact din talaga siya sa atin, of course, right? Hindi man natin naramdaman agad no around December or January or kung kailan siya pumutok talaga in mainstream media. Pero ngayon, andito na talaga siya. And it's been almost 2 weeks na sa quarantine na tayo. And we have been getting them every day. Actually, since nung February pa, marami na akong nanonotice. So yung sentiments na nakikita mo lang sa news ng normal na mga manggagawang Pilipino, kagaya ng mga pinost ko about Honda, PAL na nag-lay off, ganun na din yung nakikita natin online. So naghahanap sila ng kapalit ngayon para may earnings at income sila during this time of crisis. Siyempre, kailangan bumili pa rin ng gamot, ng pagkain, ng other house supplies, di ba? Lalo na yung gamot. So of course, some of us may be experiencing medical issues. So, of course, kailangan maagapan kaagad yon para make sure natin na hindi siya COVID-19, right? Ayan. Ayan. Thank you sa mga nag-comment. Just keep the comments coming in para of course meron tayong audience engagement and participation. Sa mga hindi pa nag-click ng link para makita ko yung name ninyo sa StreamYard, since nasa group siya, paki-click lang para makita ko naman yung names ninyo. Okay? Alright. Ayan. And then if you have any questions, let me know lang. So iti-take note naman siya namin para sagutin mamaya. Okay. So one of the cases is that flooded na ang mga online job sites sa supply ng online workers. So say for example, yung iba na nag-off platform. So let's say, of course, yung mga alam naman natin yung mga platform, online job site platforms, like inactive sila. Hindi naman suspended yung account nila, pero inactive lang sila. And then nung nawalan sila ng trabaho from maybe their direct clients or somewhere, maybe from their corporate work, parang side gig lang nila, yung freelancing. So they turned back to the online job platforms or job sites na hindi pa naman sila suspended. So parang there's an influx of supply ngayon ng mga tao na naghahanap ng job kasi nga maraming nawalan, di ba? So in turn, of course, human nature, maghahanap tayo ng kapalit. So, and in turn man, if ever merong hiring si client, madami siyang mapagpipilian na mababa yung rate. Kasi nga, maraming supply, maraming rates makikita doon, maraming available na people, whether high rate or low rate. Or kung ikaw naman talaga ang kailangan mo, talaga ang pera. Let's say na nagka-interview kayo ni client at gusto ka talaga niya, pero yung nag-usap na kayo about sa pera or sa sweldo or sa rate, since ikaw yung may kailangan talaga nito or if you showed that, 'di ba, na parang kailangan mo talaga, last move mo na to, last desperate move. Si client ngayon ang may negotiating power. Kasi siya yung may pera para magpera magpasweldo sa'yo. May iba din namang client na partial lang muna yung payment. So a friend of mine, nag-message yung client niya, hindi daw talaga kaya, and partial lang daw yung payment. And it was only 1/3 yung nakaya ni client bayaran muna for the monthly service. Ngayon, does it mean ba na partial lang din yung service na ibibigay mo? Or hindi ka na masyado mag-e-effort sa trabaho? Is that in your nature ba na parang like pag partial lang yung payment, partial lang din yung service? Of course, hindi. Para sa akin, hindi talaga. Kasi hindi pwede yun sa trabaho ko. I work as a Facebook marketing consultant for Facebook ads ng mga clients at hindi pwede partial lang yung magiging trabaho ko sa kanila. Kailangan yung work would be still, the quality of the work is still there. Right? So, pero of course, naiintindihan din natin yung sitwasyon nila. Okay? Pero ngayon, at least may natanggap ka pa din kahit paano. So talking about yun sa partial nga na-receive ng friend ko. Well, I have a question from Grace. So at LJ, I thought the opposite. I hypothesized there would be a lot more work to be opened remotely. Yes, actually, I saw an influx din sa job sites ng mga remotely available jobs. Say, for example, the Western clients or the first world clients cannot afford anymore the US freelancers, the European freelancers, the Australian freelancers, and all, yung mga matataas yung rate. So they would be going and outsourcing to other countries na baka pwede nila ma-outsource ng work producing the same quality, right? So we have, of course, Philippines, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Ukraine. So yun yung mga nag-aaway-away ngayon na mga countries. Yes, there has been an influx of the work, pero you have to make sure na yung work na yun is also long-term at saka makakapag-sustain. What if that client is not of good quality pala? What if that type of work is just short-term? Parang hinihintay na lang sila na ma-shutdown yung type of non-essential business. Kasi yun nga, di ba, nag-shutdown ng government around the world ng mga non-essential businesses. Ayan. So you have to still think and filter. So let's look at some quick data from a survey ni freelancer.com last March 4. So they had over 20,000 responses in 36 hours na nilabas nila yung survey. Ngayon, I think na since it was March 4 pa na data, I think they should have a follow-up survey actually. Kasi parang yung data with March 4 was like, parang very early days pa. Hindi pa tayo, let's say Philippines hasn't put in on lockdown or quarantine, US, other countries as well. So parang maaga pa yon. If it was around March 17, 18, kung kailan talagang na-feel ng first world countries yung effect and pressure, I think there would be more drastic results here. Pero let's look at the data that they have. So, is your business experiencing any impact? Some of the questions are more client-based and some of the questions are more freelancer-based. So, with this question, hanapin lang natin yung importante dito. So, around 9% ang nagsabi or around almost 10% ang nagsabi na may significant impact daw sa business nila. And how has your revenue been affected by the coronavirus? Now, according to this data, 21.1% is yung revenue nila nag-fall, di ba? So the revenue has fallen. Now, again, this data is March 4 to maybe March 5 or 6 na kinuha nila from their users. I, really think na mas malaki na tong number ngayon. Pero judging that, seeing it's already this high at March 4 pa lang, then how much more today, March 24, right? Nung nag-close na yung mga businesses talaga. What do you estimate the percent revenue impact, if any, on your business will be over the next 3 months? So, in average, 30% yung impact negative impact sa revenue nila. Are you having trouble getting products from your suppliers? So hindi lang to e-commerce but also other businesses in the US that may be sourcing internally or externally or other countries then, even the Philippines, we are getting trouble getting products from suppliers. So with this question, no was 35%. I assume it's very high now kasi nag-close na ng borders. Right? And then please tick the boxes that apply in respect to issues in getting products from your supplier. So malalaki are here, stock unavailable, prices have gone up, lead times have increased, fear that stock will become available. So yun yung mga major factors that contribute to this data. Ayan. So there's just a couple more data points here na i-share ko. So my work kasi is with data and analytics din. So I check talaga and reference data para makita ng ating audience. So how serious daw on a scale of 0 to 5 do you think the coronavirus outbreak will affect the global supply chain? So this is really more on e-commerce. Sa mga e-commerce people natin here sa community, e-commerce VAs, Shopify, WooCommerce and all that, whether local or international, magkakaroon ng effect, and people sa respondents said yes. 32.8%, around 6,000 people, nagsabi na extremely serious ang magiging impact doon sa global supply chain. So ito naman, what impact is the coronavirus having on your business, right? So during this time, of course, more than 50% said no impact, business as usual. Pero do you guys think that is still the number? Let me know sa comments. How about, let me know if it's sa tingin mo, it's at 10%, if it's 20%, 30%, yung no impact na lang versus yung may impact. So around this time, around almost 30% said some operations have been canceled or suspended, but other business operations are still continuing. Okay? So at least meron pa rin mga nagko-continue aside from the essential businesses. Online businesses are still continuing. You just have to pick those specific industries and niches. And ito naman, will you be increasing your use of freelancers online instead of hiring full-time staff? So this is for business owners, a question, and they said yes, 61.5%. I assume na mas mataas yan, provided na, you know, a lot of businesses have been required to do work from home or work online, and these business owners may need online people who already know their stuff, right? And this is a question naman for freelancers. Will you be freelancing more online to increase your income? Of course, totally yes, di ba? Kayo, how about you? I'm gonna ask you, will you be freelancing more online to increase your income during this time of the coronavirus? Let me know sa comments if you're gonna do that. Now, there are some, comments here from the responders. Hina-highlight ko lang itong someone from Taguig City, Philippines. So this person said, it's hard to get a job. I can't get a client and I can't apply for an office-based job because of coronavirus. Okay, so that's early days. They have a lot more data from other countries, pero yan lang hinighlight ko kasi yan yung nakita ko for Philippines. Let me also show you guys yung mga posts na nakikita ko. Whether it was group posts or mga sinearch ko na mga keywords na mga posts about the impact, right? So this is from someone, I think kanina lang. Good day, ma'am and sir. I'm an e-commerce freelancer. Do you have any option once spending pa ang work niya sa client? Anong work ang pupwede sa panahon ngayon? For now, stop muna ang work namin due to COVID-19. Cancel kasi ang delivery. So it may be from other countries. I'll share some data later, but I know in Philippines, wala nang couriers available. My dad tried to get to the local couriers para magpa-deliver ng something sa Manila. But so far, wala na talaga. They were all closed because of the flights as well, right? Ayan. So sabi naman nitong isa, I'm bored, I'm worrying. Hindi dahil sa COVID-19, wala pa akong pamalit dun sa full-time ko na nawala. madami-dami na din yung in-applyan ko at may mga nag-respond naman. Kaso nga lang, either thank you for your time or di kaya freeze hiring sila. Hindi ako makapag-online teaching, wala akong sariling sulok. Studio type po tinitirahan namin, no dividers. Feeling ko din wala akong progress skill-wise sa current part-time work ko. Tinatamaan na ako ng bagot. Gusto ko mag-upskill, yun lang, walang budget. Okay? So maraming sentiments na talaga online, not just the traditional workers sa news na nakikita nyo before. Right? So if you're a freelancer who loses contracts due to COVID-19, from a friend's colleague, so I think this is a foreigner na nakuha ko nag-post, my friend is a freelancer in the broadcasting/events world and just posted this. I have had 5 jobs canceled now with no foreseeable work until July. There is one large event job still scheduled for May, but I will be surprised if that isn't postponed. So yun nga, grabe talaga. So there's a lot that you can read if you want to check it out. You can search sa Facebook search bar COVID and then freelancers na keyword or freelancers or freelancer and then COVID. So makikita mo yung mga public posts about people who are posting stuff like this. Ito naman halos 1 month walang trabaho. Paano na kaming mga isang kahig, isang tukaligtas nga sa COVID-19 pero mukhang sa gutom kami mamamatay. Okay, very sad, very heartbreaking. Just a week ago, I have posted that our employer let go of just a member of our recruitment team. Today is a devastating news. Our employer has decided to let go of everybody. Sales, marketing, and recruitment team. So, grabe talaga. Businesses in Australia, specifically in Sydney, are shutting down. Earlier today, their government also declared a lockdown. It's so sudden a news. So, yun. Yan. So yun nga, yun nga yung mga naging impacts, yun ang sentiments ng mga freelancers ngayon. Some of those are their current problems. Now, if they have the problems, of course, problems in the community, let's talk about the current and possible solutions, right? So these are based on my research and these are also from personal experiences. So thank God na wala pa ako nagka-cancel na client, pero I have so many friends na nakausap ko na nag-cancel nga. Wala na silang contract, wala silang work ngayon. And I do understand both sides. So that's why we are going to talk about possible solutions, not just the impacts. Okay? Ayan. So if you do a quick Google search around coronavirus impact freelancers, you will see a lot of articles, mostly from Western countries, US or UK. Not really a lot in the Philippines yet. Siguro hindi talaga napipick up siguro ng media about us freelancers kahit working from home na. Pero yun, kasi this is big in the Western countries and the first world countries. They have their own laws about this. They have self-employment laws and really strong yung kanilang legislation about this. That's why sila yung nauuna. And I had to make the research kasi para I can present these to you guys. So yun, you can also do the search about coronavirus impact freelancers, what to do. So if you want to know a lot, read more articles beyond kung ano yung masasabi ko dito, our time is limited, then you can do the search. I'll just share some here. So number 1 is really evaluate first your situation, especially your financial situation. Emergency fund is very important right now. I can't stress that enough. 3 to 6 months of your income. Much more if you have a family, if you're the breadwinner, if you are really supporting your family, di ba? Family members, may anak ka pa, may parents ka pa na sinusupport, may grandparents pa. So it really is a lot to consider. No matter how much or little savings that you have, you should take a serious look at your expenses and start cutting back immediately. So yung mga subscriptions na yan na hindi kailangan, stop nyo na. Although yung mga bill payments natin, most have the 30-day extension. You have to check. And if they do, take advantage of it. Okay? Take advantage of those 30-day payment extensions ng water, electricity, internet, cards, loans, other stuff. Check everything. So do everything you can to increase cash savings and liquidity to prepare yourself, 'di ba? So sabi nga ng iba, cash is king, especially ng time ngayon. I don't think naman yung palengke a-accept ng credit card, 'di ba? Or maybe yung ibang mga advanced accept ng digital payments like either maybe GCash or Paymaya, 'di ba? So who knows? But the safest would really be cash. Number 2 is to adjust your skill set. So freelancers have always been creative and determined. So do you guys agree there na creative at determined naman talaga tayo? We are very resourceful. We are very resourceful as well. So let me know if you agree with that sa comments. Let me just drink some water. Ayan guys, let me know if you agree with that. Na freelancers have always been creative and determined. Okay? So since my content, I will just go ahead and move. So yes, we have something here from Grace. I've been looking for blogs, reports, data on which businesses are seeing an upward trend due to today's circumstances. Other than TikTok and hospitals, of course, would you have an educated guess? So I know right now e-commerce in US is still good because their couriers are still are still open. USPS, UPS, FedEx, and the like are still open. So, and a lot of people are actually taking advantage of this. I'll talk about that later kasi really quick. Aside from that would really be either if it's logistics, supply chain na active pa rin. I have a friend who is doing technical stuff for online course creators, mga influencers. So you can check them out. Maybe they are hiring, especially yung mga parang ganito, mga partnerships, collaborations, mga summit, online workshops, online events, virtual summits, yung mga organizers nun, yung mga people involved in that. Whether they're in the front camera, they're the one presenting, or people in the back who are doing the presentation, who are sharing on social media, watching the trends, doing the technicalities, yun. Other industries, siguro nag-cut back lang ng konti, of course, ang local businesses, but of course, they still need online and social media presence. Hindi pwede na mag-stop ang pagpo-post nila or ang online presence nila just because nag-close ang shop, diba? So they still need to get in touch with their current customers, and then para pag when this blows over, di ba, pag natapos ng lahat, top of mind pa rin yung business na yon, yung client na yon, yung business na yon, yung local business na yon, di ba? Top of mind pa rin siya sa mga past customers niya at saka sa mga current leads niya. Okay? So bilisan lang natin and we'll do Q&A later. Right? So yun nga, adjust your skill set, and then COVID-19 is making us hustle even harder. So yung mga freelancers na nag-hustle harder dyan, so I applaud all of you na talagang you're doing everything you can to maintain stability, job security, income-wise, savings, and all. So hindi pwede talagang magtamad-tamaran ngayon porket like we have a lot of problems, a lot of adversities, nasa bahay lang and all. Now, think about your current client base, the needs you filled for them in the past, and how you can be of help in another way. If you're a freelance writer, so here's an example. If you're a freelance writer who writes regularly for a company's blog, perhaps you can pen or write a newsletter about COVID-19 developments. So yung mga active dito sa email, na check yung email niyo every day, you can see still communication from companies, right? They are still in touch with their email list. They are still in touch with their audience, with their people about what they are doing, ano yung impact sa kanila, tips na ma-share nila, resources on keeping safe. Yung parang pinapakita nila na may heart and caring sila. Aside from just taking your money all year round, they also show na may heart din sila and may care din sila sa customers nila. Kasi nga, they are thinking long-term na matatapos rin to, right? A lot of people are saying in social media, this too shall pass. And I really believe in that. So pag nag-pass na tong health crisis na to, what's next, diba? So you have to have that business continuity, and the clients know that. The clients realize that. If they don't, pa-realize nyo sa kanila. They cannot just stop just because of it, diba? They still have to continue. So goes out regularly to reassure clients. So number 3, use extra time for planning and training. Okay, even if you can't earn right now, you can still invest in your business in your freelance business, of course, by learning how others in your industry have weathered downturns in the past. So you have to upskill, you have to reskill, yung mga course na binili nyo dyan. So ang mga students ni MK sa Fhmoms university, di ba? So online university. So tapusin niyo yung mga course and then i-apply nyo rin, right? So you have time to plan and train. Connect with your network and outside of it. So pag-connect niyo sa network niyo, or whether or not they are colleagues in your industry, siguro nung nagwo-work pa kayo in the corporate, you can touch base again with them. Kumusta sila? Anong nangyari? Or colleagues in the online world, yung mga tao na fina-follow ninyo, yung mga colleagues ninyo, yung mga kachikahan niyo sa mga group chat, or yung kachikahan ninyo sa Facebook group ng Fhmoms, di ba? You can connect with your network. And outside of it then, see if baka merong work and job opportunities that fit your skills and talents, right? You can check LinkedIn, baka yung mga fina-follow nyo doon, nag-post ng mga jobs, whether using the jobs feature or regular post na hiring pa rin sila. I'm not sure, I think na siguro marami pa rin nagpo-post naman sa Fhmoms na group about online job hirings. I know that in our group and in other groups that I belong to, ang dami ko pa rin nakikita na online job opportunities. So apply lang talaga ng apply and make sure na quality naman yung application mo. Okay? Quality din yung mapapakita mo na work. Kasi it really never stops. I was thinking na baka may downtrend sa job posts na mga request to post sa groups. Pero hindi. Mas dumadami ngayon. So sa mga naapektuhan, so hanap muna kayo ng mga job posts or industries na hindi masyadong affected ng COVID-19. You can do a little research on that, but one of the suggestions I have is e-commerce sa US. As long as hindi pa mag-stop yung mga careers nila. So you can use that sa application na pwede mo ding tanungin na kung anong industry ba yung business ni client para ma-filter mo din. So pwede you can ask sa application mo na, di ba, blah, 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 I'd like to help you in this and that and all. May I ask, what niche or industry are you doing business in? Or which industry is your business in? So aside from question siya, which is a great ending to a cover letter or an application letter, kasi mapaprompt si client na mag-reply, di ba? Or mapapaisip na bakit niya tinatanong? Or bakit niya tinatanong kaagad? Or pwede siguro replyan ko to kasi curious siya. Parang nag-stand out kasi siya yung parang may tanong. Lahat sila parang mukhang desperado para makuha yung job. Siya lang yung parang curious talaga sa business ko at nagtanong, di ba? So aside from that, now is not the time na magtamad-tamaran talaga. Yes, we get that feeling din, lalo na pag andyan ng Netflix, of course. Pero instead na mag-binge watch ng shows, why not mag-reskill or upskill to something na still in demand? Like from what I have researched, marketing, social media, content creation, mga technical areas, right? And I know a lot of these are being taught dun sa free live webinars ni MK, ni Mami MK pala, tsaka yung sa Fhmoms Online University. So yung mga yon. And marami namang free resources talaga sa Google at YouTube. So talagang kailangan, you just have to be resourceful and you just have to think. Okay? So online businesses still need that or those types of services. Kasi nga yung mga long-term minded na mga business owners, they realize that this is just, an adversity na it will also pass. So ayan na, malapit na tayo mag-time for Q&A. Pero papasadahan ko na lang to ng mabilis, okay? So what you now have is time. So use it wisely, di ba? So sayang yung opportunity ngayon and you really have to grab it kasi baka you won't have the time next time. So, i-review mo yung online job profiles mo, pagandahin, baka may kailangan ng i-update doon. Baka instead na traditional yung resume or CV mo, pwede mo gawing creative, di ba? Kagaya nitong resume ni Mami MK. So, pinost nito a few days or last week ba, na in-improve at in-update niya yung resume niya. So, gawin mo din. Baka pwede mong gawin yun during your time. Ayan, so, nandito na si Tata. So, ibilis ako lang. Madaming pwede gawin para makabangon muli at makahanap ng ibang client. Ang ginawa ko rin is dinerecho ko yung mga clients ko kung magtatanggal ba or ire-retain ang service ko or ano ba, di ba? Para at least alam ko man lang kung tatanggalin ba ako o hindi at makapag-prepare ako ng backups. So thankfully, itong client ko na to, sabi niya, don't stress about job security. I'm not looking to cut anyone. So grabe, di ba? Super heart talaga and thank you. So be grateful sa mga may clients ngayon at hindi nag-stop kayo ng business or operations kasi grabe lang talaga. It's really a blessing and you really have to be grateful for it. So e-commerce, as I mentioned before, in the Philippines is stopped right now dahil wala na ring operations sa mga couriers, ang mga flights, ang mga delivery people. E-commerce sa ibang bansa, especially sa US, is pwede pa din dahil running pa din ang courier services nila. Now, if you notice this last week, sabi sa headlines, Amazon wants to hire 100,000 new workers to meet coronavirus demand. So, di ba? So, aside from just the normal supplies, of course, kailangan pa rin yung mga coronavirus supplies, kailangan pa rin ng normal day-to-day supplies ng mga tao. And that's where e-commerce comes into play kasi nga bawal na talaga pumunta sa mga stores, di ba? So, really for delivery. And it's good na okay pa yung delivery services nila. And that's an opportunity rin for Amazon merchants or sellers. Another way is to reach out to past clients and see how they are doing. So, siguro, I'll go ahead and skip na lang. So this is just one of my clients. I'll just share. Sabi niya sa akin, so we are pivoting since no one can meet in person. So they hold live events kasi. I got a plan though and already been working all week and weekend to make it happen. I have advisors lined up to join, yung marketing, blah, blah, blah. Pero ito yung gusto ko nasabi niya. Na when there's mass chaos, there's always opportunity. And I always find the silver lining. So I'm really swerte sa mga clients na to. I hope marami ding swerte dito sa community na may mga clients na ganito. Diba? Grabe positive masyado mag-isip. And dito pa, please let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Diba? So nag-hashtag pa siya na one team, one fight. O, diba? So ganun yung mga positive na mga clients talaga. So dito na lang, I'll end it quickly here. So life in business, as we knew it, have dramatically changed in a very short amount of time. Biruin mo, sabi nga ng freelancer.com, coronavirus or COVID-19 is the largest global work from home experiment. So because of it, a lot of people, a lot of workforce have been forced to work from home. So para naging experiment talaga siya ng world, right? So it's going to take creativity, ingenuity, and a willingness to adapt to continue thriving as a freelancer. Reconsider your service offerings and determine which ones add the most value and which don't. Okay? And think about something new you can add to meet the demands of current and prospective clients. So take this time to create content, programs, and service offerings that are authentic and from the heart. This will go a long way toward connecting with people during tough times. And be willing to take a chance on a partnership with someone else then. Keep an open mind and be willing to meet the emotional and mental needs of the clients that you serve. And yun, thank you. So Q&A time na. You can watch the replay na lang of that ending part. Ayan na. So let me check yung questions naman natin. All right. Ayan. So LJ, I have a question. You can answer this. Okay. Where can I find a good course for me to learn digital marketing? So yung social media management. So ayan. So I'm sure ang Fhmoms may free resources naman sila on that if you're part of the group. Pero if hindi, medyo sinishare ng mga tao ngayon online yung free access ng digitalmarketer.com. sa kanilang membership site. So until end of March at least. Yun. So Google mo na lang or search mo sa Facebook yung keywords para maka-access ka. So it's really free. Ayan. So if you guys have any questions, type na lang, paki-comment kasi para ma-flash natin sa screen at masagot namin. Ayan. How to jump? I will be qualified. Okay. Ayan. So wala naman tayong masyadong questions. If you have questions, ito na po yung time. Baka gusto niyo rin i-share lang kung nawalan ba kayo or something ng client or what other things that you are doing right now, mga contingency plans ninyo. Okay? You have a past client? Okay. Siguro, I'll go ahead and skip na lang. So this is just one of my clients. I'll just share. Sabi niya sa akin, so we are pivoting since no one can meet in person. So they hold live events.
Hello? Can you hear me, guys?
Hello. Hi, Tama.
Hey, I'm back finally. Thank you so much, Smart. Medyo nakasama ka ng konti. Thank you so much, LJ. Ang dami ko natutunan. Sobrang detalyado. Sa YouTube ko nga pala pinapanood, hindi sa Facebook kasi sobrang malinaw sa YouTube. Sorry. Okay, so yun. Ang daming questions, no? Dahil sa sobrang detalyado, medyo mas nagpanic din ako dun sa isang slide na pinakita mo na maraming nagsasarado at maraming nagtatanggal ng mga empleyado, ng mga freelancers din. So, ngayon, ang labanan is between the sanay na yung mga bihasa ng freelancers at dun sa mga gustong pumasok pa lang, no? So sa amin, sa corporate world, yun yung labanan namin between fresh grads and yung mga may experience na. So sa freelancers, ganun din pala ngayon na, no? Yun na yung lalabas, yun na yung mangyayari. So paano makakasabay ngayon tong mga baguhan?
Ngayon naman, ang mga baguhan, I would really suggest na you would do something special. If mag-a-apply kayo, of course, there are specific instructions and whatnot. Pero if you come to think of it, sino ba nag-a-apply ng may video application or may recording, di ba? Nagiging mas personal yung approach. We're more on video content, even on social media. So that does not just include us freelancers. Yung mga clients din, they also like video because it's more consumable at magiging personal yung approach. Whether or not gagawa ka ng video na ipopost mo sa personal YouTube mo, i-hide mo lang at saka i-include mo lang yung link sa application mo, or whether nasa Upwork ka, sa profile mo, pwede ka mag-upload mismo ng video doon, di ba? Parang be personal with clients, talk more about what you can do to help them in this time of need or crisis using your current skills, whether you're from corporate na nag-work from home, ano ba yung naging skills mo from corporate na may paraan naman talaga para ma-translate yung skills na yun online. You just need to know the specific tools and apps na gagamitin. But basically, your skills will stay the same. It's just more of translating it all online.
Okay. So, alam ko hindi to dapat tatanungin or alam ko medyo hindi to dapat itanong pero tatanungin ko kasi for sure maraming manonood na yung tanong. Dapat ba ang panlaban ng mga baguhan ngayon is babaan ang hourly rate nila para lumaban sa mga batikan o not necessarily kayang-kayang lumaban ng mga baguhan?
Not necessarily. In my opinion, of course, hindi talaga ako with the low rates because I believe na Filipinos are really worth premium rates and of course quality. You just really have to show that. Huwag mo ipakita na super desperate ka. Huwag mo ipakita na ito na lang yung kailangan mo. Diba? Still exercise professionalism when it comes to applying. And then you really show na alam mo din talaga yung ginagawa mo. Whether newbie ka ba, then you work on first your skills and your portfolio. Mahirap mag-hire at mag-trust din ng mga clients ngayon who may have been hiring not online, di ba? More on traditional. Pero ngayon pipilitan sila gawin online because of the health crisis and all. So you need, working online kasi it's all about trust between all parties, right? So in the onset, kailangan ipa-feel mo na, yung impression mo is that mapagkakatiwalaan ka, reliable ka. Hindi lang sinasabi mo na, I'm reliable. Diba? You have to show it. Hindi mo lang sinasabi na, I'm good in communication and I'm a good communicator. Iba ang communication pag nag-work lang sa office versus online. So, sabi nga ni Rica kanina, you have to over-communicate. You have to over parang update, di ba? Kasi if you're not there, if the client is not feeling you, then baka isipin nila na wala kang ginagawa. So, palitan to. So, there are some resources naman na you can search or Google about how to work online effectively, especially during this time. Madami talaga yan ever since. You just really have to find the right opportunity din for you. Huwag yung parang bara-bara lang ng apply at pag natanggap ka, hindi mo pala alam gawin yung trabaho, ikaw yung parang mapapasama.
Okay. All right. So last question before we say our good night and goodbye, LJ. For the leadership naman question, do you have staff under you?
Yes,
Meron
I
kang
have
mga
staff.
So, how do you manage them? Like, kagaya ng question ko kay Rica, paano mo minamanage yung mga staff na engaged pa din sila at hindi sila na-demotivate?
Well, it's really more on communication, and nung pumasok kaagad yung news about COVID and all, as in talagang I was really checking on the people that I manage na kumusta dyan sa area ninyo, ano ba yung kailangan ninyo. Okay, I will check with the clients kung tatanggalin ba tayo or hindi. Diba? So yung mga ganun, diniretso ko sila kasi kailangan ko malaman kung ano yung sitwasyon para ma-take care namin yung isa't isa din, diba? So hindi yung parang may iba din ako na narinig na parang nagpapakiramdaman and all. Ayoko yung feeling na gano'n na nasa laylayan or nasa in that gray area, 'di ba? Parang give me some assurance naman konti or give me closure kung ano ba talaga para it's either I can move on or I will have peace of mind or maybe do some extra pa din. I get daily updates talaga from the people that I manage. And kinukumusta ko kasi of course baka pala hindi na mag-communicate, hindi natin alam kung ano nang nangyari. Maybe, we don't want that to happen kung ano man nangyayari ngayon to those people. So it's really all about communication. If you can really practice good communication online, whether local or international, then you will be good with clients. You have to establish the trust, the connection, kasi nga remote. Iba talaga ang feeling ng remote or working from home, working online versus nasa office na nakita mo every working day, kita mo every now and then, nakakausap mo, di ba? So, yun lang, communication. And aside from that is that always hindi parang puro work, di ba? Ask about how they're doing, aside from their family, kumusta naman. Even financial stuff, we talk about it. Even supplies ng ilan na lang yung noodles mo, yung canned goods, ganun. So para malaman din, mapapag-advisean din sila na mag-stock up ka na kung kailangan mo pa ng pera. Sabihan mo sa akin para masabi ko sa clients natin if kailangan natin ng either advance. So yung sabi pa nga isang client namin, kung gusto niyo yung April nyo na pay, di ba? Or yung pay ko sa inyo, i-advance ko na para makabili kayo ng pagkain stock up. So, ang babait ng mga client na gano'n na hindi ko kailangan diretsuhin, nakakiramdam, at alam na nila kung ano yung kailangan namin.
Ang swerte nyo. Ang swerte nyo sa client nyo.
Oo nga.
So, yung nakuha ko sa topic mo ngayon, no, it's basically upskill, no? And wag tamad rin na ayusin ang profile at ang sarili para ipresenta ang sarili mo sa mga kliyente at makakuha ka ng mga bagong kliyente. And as a leader is ibigay ang trust and mag-lead ng galing sa puso, no? So, puso dahil kailangan mo silang mahalin at alagaan bilang isang tao, no? At hindi bilang isang staff. Ayun, so thank you so much, LJ. Sobrang dami ko ito. Sobrang detalyado. Ang galing mo.
You're welcome.
Ang galing ng bawat slide. Okay.
You're welcome. And I also want to thank you lang din our viewers kasi of course, gabi na, di ba? And they really supported us. Thank you din, Tata, for hosting. Thank you, Mommy MK, for the opportunity. And I hope na pwede natin gawin ulit kasi mukhang matagal-tagal tong nangyayari sa atin.
True. Magsama-sama tayo online. Makisama lang sana ang ating internet. Alright. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. And to wrap this up, no, I would just like to say na every crisis talaga, no, brings an opportunity to look at the gaps and improve, leverage it, learn from it, and create a better tomorrow. So thank you so much, LJ, Rica, Mami MK, and to all the viewers. Have a good night and stay safe and healthy. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye!
Good night, everyone.